What is up, everybody? This is Mark the Mike, and this is another The Wrestling Babble podcast by Wrestling Inc. I'm Mark the Mike. I'm joined by my tag partner, Louis Beans.
What is up? What is up?
It is the week after WrestleMania, and wrestling fatigue has probably not settled in because there's still a lot of good stuff going on. So, a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of stuff. But first, we got our wrestling retrospect, and the pick was the final boss, The Rock.
Yes,
Uh,
sir. Yes, sir. Not exactly the final
no, no,
boss. He was in his evolution.
yes.
Uh,
He had hair during this time.
this is true. This is true.
My first match I picked was in SmackDown. It was SmackDown 2001. It was a tag match. It was Lance Storm and Kurt Angle versus RVD and The Rock. Um, I was trying to think about what the storyline was, but I think Rock was the undisputed champion at the time. No, he was the WCW champion. This was during the Invasion storyline. Whereas RVD was kind of the first person to branch out of the thing. Um, but it was a really fun match. A lot of talk, a lot of shit talking, a lot of going back and forth. Lance Storm and Rock actually had very good chemistry, which is also another match I almost picked was him versus Rock, and Rock was like doing his whole promos like, "Let me be serious for a moment," and then I don't give a. And so it was a lot of go back and forth. Kurt Angle's a professional cheater and tries to cheat throughout the whole match. Um, but Lance Storm is the one that feels the rock bottom, then people's elbow, then 5-star frog splash, and that's how this match ends. But yeah, this was on SmackDown 2001. Don't tell me the full date, but it's December. No, that's when it was released. So yeah, it was SmackDown 2001.
Okay, the first one I picked was I did it for the Rock. It is Rikishi, uh, Rock versus Rikishi. SmackDown. Uh, it's January 27, 2000. So there's a there's a few of these that I saw.
Yeah,
One of these was between the same guys, right? But it also had to do with Triple H and Stone Cold.
yeah,
Um, this one is on that was on Raw. This one is on SmackDown. This match doesn't really get to go that far. Maybe about 3 minutes. Rock does get hit.
yeah,
He the does a splash. So he sits down on his chest, but and I think it's because there might have been a feud between them. Again, this is old. This
yeah.
is 2000. I don't remember, but Big Show comes in and just wrecks shop, which is interesting because it was still when Show was new and a threat before he became the big baby. And then Triple H just came. Triple H came out and just started doing his punches on everybody. You remember the Triple H punches,
Yeah.
and that's what it is. It broke down into that. Too Cool came out to try to help. It was all for nothing. They all got beat down. So
Nice.
about it. Nobody won.
My second match was the Dudley Boys versus the Rock and Sock Connection. This was December 13th, 1999. This is early Dudley Boys coming into WWE. They still had the tie dye shirts and ECW kind of gear and stuff. Mick Foley had a blue shirt on, which is kind of weird, but fully tied and everything. A really fun match, really story oriented match. So you kind of have to watch the promo before you get to the match. So I would suggest watch the promo before the match, and it's actually quite funny. They go back and forth, and this is when he does the stutter. It doesn't matter what you.
Hmm.
But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of back and forth. It was a lot of cheating. Again, these matches were ECW kind of style, so there was chairs, there was tables, and Foley's involved. So most likely there's always hardcore stuff as well. A lot of fun stuff. But the referee actually stopped a chair shot and then not up hitting the Rock with the chair by accident. So that actually worked. It was kind of funny. Definitely check it out. December 13th, 1999, Monday Night Raw.
The second one I have is actually a part of the story post Stone Cold getting hit. So this is actually the I did it for the Rock match on Monday Night Raw. Stone Cold is pissed at Vince. He says he's gonna do a lot of bad things to Rikishi. But what ends up happening is Kishi. I think he's representing Triple H. No, no, no. Rock represents Triple H, and they don't get along. So he slaps him in the face like in the first 2 minutes. Um, Rikishi represents Stone Cold, which is the irony because he ran him over.
Yep.
Obviously, Vince is crazy. So I believe the winner is number gets the guy number one contendership, I believe.
Yeah. Okay.
So with all that set up, Rikishi and Rock finally get in the ring. Like I said, Rock slaps the shot out of Triple H because he's on the apron talking mad trash. Um, the match kind of breaks down, but the ref does not stop it because he it's chaos, so he doesn't see Triple H get involved and try to beat up Rikishi. That kind of backfires, but then it Rikishi ends up getting thrown into Rock. Rock flies outside. It's chaos. This match is chaos. Stephanie's out there. She slaps Stone Cold in the face. Bro, it's nuts. It's
It
nuts.
sounds like Attitude Era.
Sounds like attitude. Sounds like attitude era.
Yeah,
But
there was
here's the thing.
shenanigans.
This chaos is completely watchable and it's not bad.
Yeah, it was always
It's the
it was
difference
enjoyable
between
chaos, but it
then
was
and
chaos.
and a lot of stuff that came after. It's just the people involved is so good.
Yeah,
None of this is like, oh, I can't watch this. Oh, this is Russo. No, it's chaos, but you can follow it.
yeah. There's good
Um,
chaos and there is overbooked chaos, and as long as it's
mhm,
good chaos, that's what works.
this is true.
Um,
For the end of this one though, I believe Rock does win, meaning Triple H gets his number one contendership.
okay. My last one, and I actually said that I was gonna pick the tag match with Lance Storm. So this is the one-on-one match for the WCW Championship. It's The Rock versus Lance Storm on Monday Night Raw. This was August 20th, 2001. Um, the reason why I picked this because you have a mini Booker do a spinner Rooney.
Damn, damn.
And he did the scissor kick on Lance Storm at the end of the
Oh my goodness.
match. So that's why I picked it. It was hilarious. Rock and Lance Storm had really good chemistry, and Lance Storm is probably one a really good worker. But it goes into show like it's just a lot of fun. The match had some like technical stuff. It had some it reminded me of Owen Rock in a way with the technical callus that they had. But this also had some storyline things that Booker T tried to help Lance Storm win, but he got caught up, and then the little Booker, which Rock was using him to make fun of Booker T because that was his rivalry at the time. After the People's Level and stuff like that, little Booker came in, did a mini spinner Rooney, and then did the scissor kick while Lance Storm was on the floor, and Rock gets the win.
Yes, sir. The bring back Mini Booker.
Mini
Just
Booker.
like just like Mini.
It might be the same guy.
Oh, it might be Mini Boogie.
Yeah, there's a chance
Maybe,
it's the same guy.
maybe. The last one I picked, strangely enough, has Booker T. This is a different one because I picked a separate Booker T versus Rock when we
Yeah,
did Booker T.
yeah,
This one is actually a number one contender match.
nice.
This one is on SmackDown. It is 1/3/2002. And it is obviously for that number one contendership. This one actually gets. Let me not even. We still in the Attitude Era.
Yeah,
This match doesn't last long. Uh, it is very solid for what we get.
yeah,
Like Booker T and Rock, they crisp, they clean. I don't know how many times they fought before this. See, that's the thing. This is a different match, so I don't believe they fought that many times before this. So with that said, they very much get along well. Stuff back and forth in the ring is good, but let me tell you how long that lasts. That's about 3 minutes and 48 seconds. You know why? because Vince McMahon shows
Yeah.
Vince shows up, and because I think this was at least the time when Vince was picking like his team. I
Yeah.
think was this like an invasion
Nah,
when they were
Invasion was
picking the
2000.
WCW team?
Invasion was
Okay,
like
so
2001.
all right, so I don't know what it is exactly why Vince has people on his side, but I think maybe it also might tie into this is like okay, so would you remember when
It's
was Rock
probably
Corporation?
early. It's probably early Alliance though.
No, but when was Rock Corporation?
That was later. That was really earlier. That was like
So maybe this is
1998.
probably he was pissed off at
I
him or something
think.
like that.
I think it was during the Alliance. So when
I just
after.
right, I just said that.
Yeah, yeah, but not
That's
the
it.
Invasion. So
No, not
the Alliance
invasion
came in
because
later.
wait, one is ECW and one is WCW, right?
Yeah, so they both came in
Okay,
around the
okay.
same time, and that
Confused.
was the
I'm
Invasion.
confused.
And then when Mick McMahon brought in NWO and all that shit, he had the Alliance, which Stone Cold was
So,
the
so
heel as well, and with Kurt Angle and things like that.
okay,
So that's
okay.
probably
So
around that time.
this is probably around like you said, alliance time.
Yeah,
So that said, Booker T is his guy. He comes out, screws the Rock, hits him with the low blow, throws him in the ring. That doesn't work. Then we go like 2 more minutes into the match. Big Boss Man shows up, and that's pretty much it. Match is
yeah,
thrown out. Well, no, they try to get it thrown out because they don't give a damn. Um, Rock still wins with a rock bottom, right? Because he knocks him out of the ring. They come back in, beat his ass, and then Stone Cold shows up. And then that's when we get the resolution. Everybody's gone, and they run off. So, like, I think it was specifically, like you said, them versus Stone Cold. So, yeah,
yeah.
there you go.
Okay. All right. That's our wrestling retrospect. We'll have more next person later on in the cast. So we go to our weekend wrestling, and we got Monday Night Raw, and we kick off with the new Universal Champion, Cody Rhodes.
Undisputed heavyweight universal champion of the world. Give it to him now. It took a long ass time for him to get it.
He finally here, and then ready. People are hating and ready that he has a title run. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Who cares about those people? They can
I
suck
was,
it there.
I was like,
I'm spending no time on them. So
yeah.
what's good?
Anyway, we had a emotional promo, pretty much him talking about his title run and everything like that. Um, then we had a standoff between him and Rock. Rock gave him something. We're not sure what it is, but he also said something to him, and he says he has stuff to do, but he'll see him soon. It was good. It was long. I'll I'll say this: we could have maybe dropped 5 to 10 minutes of the promo, but it did the job. It was good. He was in. It
Nah,
was. Huh?
you gotta let it rock. You gotta let it. He
Yeah.
went through it. You gotta let it rock.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Like, if I could choose something, I would say shorten it a little bit. But other than that, I thought they did great. I thought the standoff between the two, everything looked good. So it works that way. I like the new set. I like this more simplified set because they're trying to get those. They rather have the shows full to capacity than the big screen. So then Triple H actually also said something about it. Hey, because we gotta use the little screen now. We all gotta get together and watch it. But
Are they gonna stand to the side and look look sideways?
right. But it was cool. It was a good way to start it off. Then we get our first match, which is the NXT champion Ija Dragunov versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Very solid match, very strong match. I wish we get a little bit more physicality with the two. I would like to see this again. So good match.
Yeah, I think that's my only problem. Is I felt bad for Nakamura because if you're gonna lose, at least lose in a match that you gave it your all, or
Yeah,
at least they had a chance to give it their all. And I felt like this was just a introduction to Dragunov for the Raw audience.
yeah,
Because remember, he was on SmackDown, wasn't he?
yeah. He did a match on SmackDown.
Hmm.
Um,
So, I,
so Michael Cole
yeah,
revealed.
that's what I want.
Yeah. Michael Cole revealed that February 26th and 29th will be the beginnings of the draft.
You said what? That's next year. You
February,
said February.
oh, February, April 26th, my bad. April
Oh,
26th, April 29th, is the draft. So the roster is going to have a little shake up and maybe seeing some call ups and everything like that. So we'll see where we go with that. And I guess they're teasing some of the people that might be part of the draft. We go to the Judgment Day promo, and then it lands up to a 6-man tag. But the Judgment Day, new champion, new world champion, Damian Priest, celebrating with his red. He looked pretty dope. I actually looked like a brood kind of suit, and that was pretty cool. Um, but yeah, they celebrated, and our Truth came in and celebrated with them because he also is a champion and still part of the Judgment Day in his eyes. I believe.
and he said he brought the belt back.
Yep. He did though, technically.
I
Um,
love I love Priest reaction. Oh hell no.
it was good. It was good. Um, this is what something that makes me see. There's a big chance I would not pass it, and I would love it, but I think it's gonna be funny. I have a big feeling that the person that's gonna take that world title from Priest will probably be our Truth.
That'd be good.
Yeah,
That'd
like
be a
I'm
good wrestling.
for it. Yeah, because it will be our Truth finishing his story. If anything,
Mhm.
he'll be
Mhm.
title for Judgment Day, and then he'll be in control of the Judgment Day. I'm for that. Anyway, we had a opening promo with them all raising their titles, and also our Truth coming in. Then it goes into like they have a 6-man tag, and the Miz interrupts and like, who's the third person? And he's like, yeah, he's invisible. He's like, you're not talking about Jimmy. And we got John Cena and Matt halfway through the match, and it was pretty much a spot match for John Cena and our Truth and Miz. It was actually pretty cool, and seeing the Miz do it AA was hilarious.
This is
Um,
true. This is true.
JD almost flew, and the way he took it was weird, but he fucking took it mean.
I mean, he's not that heavy. He's John,
Yeah,
they could have threw him in the front row.
exactly. Cena was like, "Holy shit, this is an easy day." It was like carrying Rey Mysterio.
So there you go.
It was good stuff.
Good to see our truth get to have a match with his childhood hero.
Yeah, watched him every Saturday morning.
Hmm.
Roxanne Perez versus Indy Hartwell. Again, highlighting NXT people. Perez wins, but you also got the continuation of Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell storyline, which I give kudos with it as well. So fun stuff.
Also, you gotta remember it's a part of Roxy's story because she's
Yeah,
trying to tie up that loose end because she never lost, and Indy's the one that took the title in the ladder match.
yeah,
She did lose the ladder match, but she
she
doesn't
did.
want to accept that. So
Yeah,
this was her basically getting her win
yeah,
against Indy. Unfortunately, Candice once again. So
yes. Shout outs to the commentators actually talking about it and actually bringing that story back up. But also, yeah, she technically did lose because she happened to be in that ladder match too.
mhm.
Um, we also got the chair throw to Rhea Ripley's head backstage. That shit had me fucking
That
laughing.
was hilarious. Clearly she's all right, but man, that was a wasted moment if I've ever seen one.
I was like, yo, you should have promoted that game right after that fucking chair
She
shot.
should have just went. She should have went down.
You should have threw that chair once you saw Rhea Ripley down and stuff like that. WWE 2K24.
Yep. There you
I just thought about Boondocks when they threw the chair in the middle of the crowd. Like, oh, I'm angry.
go.
And that
Hmm.
shit had me fucking laughing. We get a tag match after this. We got Sami Zayn and Chad Gable versus Imperium. Very strong match, and Zayn and Gable win.
Who's that?
Huh?
I said, who's that?
Sami Zayn and Gable.
Why are they teaming up? That's my thing. Against Imperium?
Yes.
Why?
Same.
I don't think they should
Yeah.
team up.
Hey, they were like, fuck it, let's go. What else we have here? We had backstage stuff for Chelsea Green interrupt a conversation, and then they had a surprise for her in the ring, and they were like, "Oh, you run it?" And she went to the ring.
She made the sound that Liu Kang makes. MK3. Oh, she showed up the ring and she was like, oh, got kicked in the head.
Yeah,
That's it. Bad week for Chelsea Green and getting kicked.
yeah, pretty much.
Although
Um,
I would like to congratulate her for getting her apology back
yeah.
for that hotel, calling her an escort.
Yeah.
Terrible. So I'm glad they apologized to
Her
her.
doing it is hilarious too.
His number one hosky, man.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, shout out, and then also Ava hinting that NXT will be part of the draft this year.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Then Chelsea Green makes herself at the ring, and it's Che Gargill that she gets to fight. And it was a squash match, didn't last long. Um, Jay gotta get higher with that kick. That kick's too low. That's all I'm saying. Cause there's someone that did a back. They did one to the same thing, and they went straight for the head, and that shit looked crazy. I can't think of who did it, but it was on W. I think it was on NXT. Anyway, Jay Cargill wins, and they're building her up. And then our main event was a four-way championship match. We got Jay Uso, not Jim, Jay, versus Bronson Reed versus Ricochet versus Drew McIntyre. This was for number one contendership for the Damian Priest's World Championship.
So what is
McIntyre first comes out and fucking goes crazy with Bondage Undertaker and pissed off and yelling at Punk. And I say to McIntyre, he did it to his damn self.
That's pretty funny.
Nobody screwed McIntyre. McIntyre screwed McIntyre.
Pretty much.
But then today it happened and he got screwed. CM Punk grabbed his leg and outside, which he had pictures of himself being in under the ring. Um, Causes McIntyre the title shot. Jay Uso wins, and he is the number one contender right now for the World Championship.
I thought it was just a good match.
It was really good.
Aside from the story. So even
Wait,
though Drew screwed Drew, and then CM Punk came out and finished the job,
yeah,
very, very good end of the show.
yeah, really good stuff. What you give Monday Night Raw?
I'm gonna give it an A plus. I'm
Yeah.
gonna give it an A plus because I think you got it's the show after WrestleMania. You got Rock. You got a big congratulatory thing for Cody. You got NXT, both NXT champions as a surprise, and they were in high profile matches, right?
Mhm.
Um, and then you had this big ass thing for the next contender. So at least now we know who's fighting Priest.
Yep. Jey Uso.
So I mean, it's like no questions left. And then you're gonna go to Friday, and you're gonna get questions answered for who's gonna fight Cody. So there you go.
Yeah. I would go A. Yeah, I would just stick with A. A is good. I'll say I like the SmackDown slightly more, and that's about it. But it was a really good show and good matches. Again, I wanted Nakamura and Dragunov to have more of a match. That would be my complaint. You don't put
Mm,
those two guys and not just give them like 30 minutes just to have
that's true.
fun.
That is true.
You can't just give us 10 minutes of that. No, you gotta fucking give us something, man. I want to see the torture in Dragunov's face. Anyway, WWE NXT results. We go to NXT and we kick off with a triple threat qualifier: LWO versus OTM.
They about that money.
Um, LWO win. Super LWO. They were super until like later on. Like they were good here, and then they got their ass kicked. Gather. That was good. OTM.
Wait, that's for which one? The ninth?
Is this the correct show? No,
Because the
it's not.
ninth
My
was
bad.
the girls.
I
Girls
have
started.
yeah, I have the wrong NXT. My bad. My bad.
This one was Kiana James and Izzy
Oh,
versus Fallon Henley and Kelani Jordan. And
yeah,
that was the opening match for last week's NXT.
yeah. Let me get that real fast. It's my bad.
And
All right.
mostly it was just a story match because they have been feuding for a good God.
Yes.
Kiana James has been trying to kill Fallon Henley for almost a year. So
Yep. It was good stuff.
mhm.
Uh, Let me go to No, did we have Natty and Roxanne in the beginning?
That might have been a promo, but
Yeah.
they don't have the promo up.
Yeah, they don't have it up and stuff like that. I'm just trying to read it 'cause it looks. Yeah, and Natalia arrives, the prodigy, and they did a little thing, and then the match happened afterwards.
Hmm.
Okay, move on. We have Scripps versus Evans, Javon Evans. Javon
Yes, sir.
Evans wins.
Good to see his debut on regular NXT because he was on Level Up.
Yeah,
So definitely the right person for him to fight
the
because you want
bouncy
to showcase. Yeah, he's gonna be bouncing,
one.
but definitely a good person to showcase because Scripps is a high flyer also.
Yeah,
So
it was good. It was good. It was a cool finisher. He
I just like he
reminds
has.
me. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say I just like how yes he has high flying stuff, but I always like when people use the ring, the ropes to do other things besides the normal stuff. You know what I mean? And he has a lot of his offense where he can jump off the ropes and do just it's not crazy stuff, it's practical things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yep. He wins. And yeah, the bouncy one. He looks like a tall Leon Wolf.
I can see it. I mean I understand, but we don't slander Jay Malachi.
Yeah,
That's the boy right there.
because he's tall.
Hmm.
Yeah, and for a person moving that, he's pretty like he might be Trick Williams height.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That is.
he's kind of up there. He's pretty tall. Um, NXT Women's Championship match. You got Roxanne Perez versus Natalia. Perez wins, and
That was I'll give credit for that because at least they went at it.
yeah,
They went at it. But and I say that with two T's, Lola Vice,
yes,
because she
oh,
wasn't having it.
yeah. I I want Roxanne. I'll go for Roxanne going for a submission as a heel wrestler. I do not like pop rocks for her as a finisher
Hmm.
as a heel.
I agree.
I know you don't like it at all, but as a
No,
heel,
no.
I think it's too flashy. You gotta kind of be more gritty.
I just think she has to be mean. That
Yeah,
move isn't mean.
yeah,
That's
exactly. So I'm fine with her like breaking people's arms. Like do that whole thing. Like go for her arm, take people's arms out. To Valkyria, you should keep that going.
yep.
So I'll be good
But
with
like
that.
I said, the NXT girls are petty, and Natty found that out.
Yep. The family versus No Quarter Catch Crew. Stacks and Professor wins. It was a, it was what it was.
It was two of the newer guys though. It was
Yeah.
the newest guy that's on the cast crew, and it was
Kemp.
Kemp. So it wasn't like it was Dempsey and Gulak.
Yeah, Gulak is gonna be off of TV a little bit.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting. Is he
Yeah.
hurt?
Did you hear this shit with Ronda Rousey?
Mhm. I
She
heard
accused him.
parts.
Yeah, she accused him of touching her inappropriately and things like that. So they kind of keep it. It wasn't. It was
I saw what he
yeah,
said,
yeah,
and I don't know why all of a sudden this just blew up.
Yeah,
when they could have squashed it. That's all I
cause
gotta say.
she's been going attacking WWE with all her promos every time she gets a chance right now.
So it is what it is.
Yeah,
She wasn't happy. She wasn't happy. But I'm just when you got beef,
yeah,
squash the beef. Find out what's up.
yeah.
Like this is how long since she's been gone?
About 2 years.
No, no, she hasn't been gone
Uh,
2 years. She's been
oh,
gone like a year.
a year and a half.
But I'm like, and that whole time you couldn't have told somebody higher up what
Yeah,
happened. Like, what? You're the baddest woman in the planet. That's what I thought.
yeah,
So I'm not sure how to feel about that stuff. It's just weird.
yeah. But
You
it
want
is.
justice? Get your justice, lady.
Yeah.
Don't wait.
We got Jada Parker versus Bernelli Reese.
And so I know that she isn't she the girl that's what's she call that? She hangs out with Blade and Ofe now, right?
Yes.
She's the happy one.
Yes.
She's Thea 3.0.
Yes. They have 3.0 with Solo Ruka's gear.
No, she changed her gear. You
Yeah.
just I looked at her like, wait a second. She doesn't even have the Soul Ruka gear on.
Yeah.
Now she got something else. So
Solid match.
I'm not mad because something else is like less than
Yeah.
bruh. What is this decisions that they I want to know what the closet is when they go, okay, pick your gear. Because all I'm saying is NXT is something else for sure.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
We got Ivar and Obafemi. That was
That
good.
was a surprise. That's all I gotta say.
That's gonna be a good match.
So I know they set that up, right? But it says here that the tag match was the next thing.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. That was between the tag match. So Obafemi
So what's
came out.
it? What's that gonna be? Just the next show, or
Yeah, it might be the next show.
they said a pay per view or something? PLE, excuse
They
me.
have the spring break out,
Okay,
the next
okay,
special. So it's a 2 night special.
gotcha,
So that's gonna
gotcha.
happen. Dijak didn't take metaphor about him lightly. Dar holding like they had stuff with the Dijak and metaphor as well backstage. You also had Jordan Gase mock Ridge Holland, and the LWO called out the big man as a liar, and then he beat them up.
Hmm.
So the super LWO loses in this one, and then we got our main event match. Actually, was it the main event? Yes, it was a main event match. The last match. It's NXT champions. We had the Wolf Dogs versus Nathan Frazier and Axiom. This was again another extremely solid match, and they have extremely good chemistry, and how everything worked out was really great. And you got new champions in Frazier and Axiom. They need a tag name.
Yeah, they do. They do need a tag name. I mean, congratulations. I feel two ways about it. Like, if you were gonna do it, they should have did it at the pay per view.
Yeah,
Because it always feels odd when you wait 2 days and then beat the guys again. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
something about that just feels off. But it feels more off just because Braun Breaker less than 24 hours later said, "I love you guys. I'm going to Smack."
yep,
so, so it's like, God damn it.
yeah,
All right. I don't want to put. I know you want to poo poo on their win, but you could tell it was only because he was leaving.
yeah. True.
So, but again, the match was actually pretty good, so I'm not mad.
Yep,
And then we had a surprise.
yep.
So there you go.
There you go. And then our end of the night, we had Trick Williams challenge Aya Dragunov for NXT Championship match. They go back and forth with their words. He accepts the challenge, and then Carmelo Hayes attacks them both. So, good stuff. That ends NXT. What do you give NXT?
NXT, I gave it a B plus.
B plus.
Solid show.
I
Hmm.
go B plus as well. We go AEW Dynamite. So we kick off with the Blue Beetle, Penta, Zero Miedo versus Adam Copeland. Really good match.
Yeah, I think that was an amazing match for those two fighting for the first time. Uh, it's funny how it was red versus blue.
Yeah.
Is that what happens when the champ was red? Somebody's always got to challenge him with blue. I always wonder that.
It's like the opposite to colors, I guess. I don't know. It just so happened to be that. Good match. What else we got? We got the footage.
No.
All I will say about this is that they just made Punk not a liar and pretty much showcase what he's explained what happened, and it didn't make AEW or Tony Khan look good in that sense. I'm glad they made it into something though. I'm glad they actually made it into a storyline with FTR and they're gonna fight for the AEW tag title. So at least you get some business out of it. But was it something that has to be shown? Not really. I think you overlapped your show of the good matches we had on this card, and no one, I bet you any money bet, remembers it. They don't even remember the footage.
Yeah, that's my main problem with it. My thing was I don't. This made me so not interested in watching the show that I didn't watch the show
Yeah,
after that match. I turned AEW off.
yeah,
This is
I could
whack.
see it. I could
I
see it.
was like, this is whack. I'm just gonna see the highlights. I feel bad because Joe and whatchamacallit was out there like not even that much before this happened.
Yeah,
Like
it sucks. It really does, and I think like
girls was out there putting on a show and killing it, setting up matches and things. I heard Thunder Rosa talking about it. She was just upset because she knows the focus was taken off of the stuff that they're doing. And I'm
yeah,
like, ain't nobody can be happy
yeah.
with what will happen.
Like and that's the thing. I feel like it's stunt them with building their pay per view. Like honestly, no one really knows what the hell is going on in that pay per view besides Daniel Bryan and Willie Ospreay, which I think is the main. Well, I know Swerve and Joe, but that's it. Everything else is like I forget that there was a pay per view coming up. But anyway, I will give credit with that they actually made a match out of it. At least they made it go somewhere, but it did not have to be done. I feel like it shouldn't be shown. It made them shoot themselves in the foot with that because now Tony Khan looks like a dumbass, and that's pretty much what it show. She pretty much showcased that he's a dumbass. We had Hook Jericho Sabata versus Shane Taylor Promotions. These things are always one-sided, and actually Shane Taylor Promotions won this match, and then Hook and Jericho had like a little beef in the end. Then you had Will Ospreay have a promo. He had a comment about Triple H and things like that because again Triple H had a comment and he didn't even go directly to Will Ospreay, but he said like, yeah, if people can't handle things and stuff like that, we don't really want you in that sense because this requires a lot of responsibility. Will Ospreay had a weird promo as well that you could see Renee Young kind of like ah. And then again, the reactions of the
It's tone
commentators
deaf,
too was really fucking
tone deaf,
yeah.
tone deaf,
Uh,
100% tone deaf.
yeah,
That's why
Okada have a
I
squash match.
don't like.
Yeah,
That's why I was like, say I had to get out of there.
yeah.
It was just I had to get out of there this week.
You had Okada with a squash match. You had Marsha May versus Anna Jay. May did beat Anna Jay. Then she also had Mina Shiraka. I can't even say her last name right now.
Oh,
Mina came in.
Shirakawa.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Shikanawa came in and had a kiss. Yay! Anyway, what else they did? Samoa Joe versus Dustin Rhodes again. It was a solid match. Wish I had more time again, but other than that, it was a solid match. But it was a story match as well, because then Swerve came in holding up the belt and beating the crap out of Joe. So it worked. Overall, the show. I'm sorry, but yeah, the wrestling matches. If it wasn't for that bullshit and things like that, I'll say it would have been a B. B minus. With all that shit going on and stuff like that, I just didn't like it, so I'll go C. And you, to be determined because you didn't get to watch those. You didn't. You got turned off the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right. I did watch TNA, so I'll run that down real fast. Uh, we had Crazy Steve versus Dorado Kid. That was pretty solid, but Steve wins by DQ. We had ABC versus First Class. That was actually a really good match. First Class actually won because of shenanigans, but they won. We had a contract signing between Jordan Grace and Steph D. Lander with Matt Cardona there. There was a lot of shit talking. It was great, and I really enjoyed it. Moose versus Trent Seven was solid. Moose wins. James Drake versus Jake Something. That was solid. Jake Something wins, and then you had a monster ball match with PCO versus Khan. Khan and PCO wins. PCO is actually fighting Matt Cardona this week on TNA.
Nice. Nice.
TNA I'll give a B plus. It was fun, a fun show. I actually liked the contract signing between Jordan Grace, and Steph D. Lander.
Yeah, I did see that clip.
It was good.
Yep.
All right, we go to Friday Night SmackDown, and again we kick off with Cody Rhodes speaking. Um, Solid promo. Not, I'm glad it wasn't like the whole half a show, and things like that. But it pretty much went straight to the point. And it was good. And now we're gonna start fighting for number one contender. So now you had two sets of matches. You had LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, Santos Escobar, and then you had AJ Styles, Rey Mysterio, and Kevin Owens, which I was actually looking forward to. That match was fun as hell. But first we had LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, Santos Escobar. Solid match. LA Knight wins.
Yes, sir. Solid.
And you see Escobar actually using the advantage of a triple threat, so there was no DQ, so he had his peoples come in. But also, Bobby Lashley has peoples, and they came in.
Mm-hmm.
And then LA Knight found the way to win. So there you go. And he had no peoples.
Because he didn't need him. Nope.
Yep. We go. Yeah, LA Knight wins. We have Heyman, Solo, and Jimmy come out, and they had a promo going into Solo actually taking the mic and saying some words, and then they don't like losing, and then they attack Jimmy, and the masked man came in and it's Tamatonga, and they beat the shit out of Jimmy. He got headbutt many times, and that was messed up. He act like he owned him money. I felt like he owned him money. Very good stuff. Very good things into building the Bloodline story arc part two, and it's going to be insane. Tamatonga looked great. Solo taking the lead, it was actually pretty cool. There was a little hints of it was from the tribal chief, but it was not his tribal chief, and him trying to call Roman in the ring, and he stomps on his cell phone, which I would have been pissed. That's $1,000 for a cell phone. Don't be stomping on my shit. It's really good stuff. I really enjoy the story arc and stuff like that. So we're in for another long ride of Bloodline stuff.
Yes, sir. Let's see where it goes. Looks good.
And Jimmy died, sadly.
A-O.
Really good stuff. It was really good. We had Braun Breaker versus Cameron Grimes. That was a squash match, but it had some offense with Cameron Grimes, but it was good. Um, we had Tiffany Stratton versus Naomi. Solid match. Naomi actually wins that match.
I, the only thing I remember you said there was a little off. Was watching it and I was thinking for the opportunity that they were fighting for, I think it just seemed like a regular match. That's my only gripe with it.
Yeah,
It
I,
didn't
I
seem like they were fighting for something.
I felt like they were like their timing was off in this match compared to their first match. I thought their first match was slightly better because they actually had a bit more. I guess they were just moving well together. This one I felt like they kind of messed up a lot. If I'm going technical, it was a lot of messed ups and stuff like that. But it was solid nonetheless. I think it was a decent match and kind of told the story. But again, I would like to see more aggressiveness if it's for a number one contender match. I want to see the aggressiveness with it. But Bailey also came out and had her championship rant talk promo as well. So shout outs to Bailey and being the new Universal Women's Champion. Um, we got Chelsea Green and Piper Nevins. They get a match on SmackDown and against Jade and Bianca Belair.
And like I said, Chelsea's having a bad week, and
Yeah.
she gets kicked in the chest.
Yep. Yep. And then our main event is Kevin Owens, Rey Mysterio, AJ Styles. This was for their part, and they will fight. The winner will fight LA Knight next week on SmackDown. Um, this was a fucking hell of a match. I loved everything. I loved every moment of this match. Though my only
Mm.
thing is I wish it didn't have commercials because I was really invested in this match. From the stunner to the outside of the ring to how AJ Styles did the style clash Rey Mysterio on top of freaking Kevin Owens. Match was fucking good.
Yes,
AJ
sir.
Styles wins.
Definitely my favorite match of the show. So, congratulations to Uncle Alan for
Yep.
winning that match.
I want to see Kevin Owens, Rey Mysterio now. Just one on one. We need that done.
When's the last time they fought?
They never fought. Kevin Owens actually said it on the interview that if he ever could get a chance, he never had a one-on-one match with Rey Mysterio. He would love to have that. And then he also talked about him versus Finn Balor at a WrestleMania. That's like another thing that he would like to do.
Okay.
So this was the first time he actually locked with Rey Mysterio in the match.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So we need to actually get that going because they look like they have really good chemistry too. So I'm all for that match. SmackDown, where you give it?
SmackDown, I'll give it a solid A. I
I go
think
C.
the were way higher than any lows, and I don't think anything was that bad.
Yep. And we got Tomatunga on SmackDown.
Yeah, I know. That's some crazy stuff happened.
Yep, yep. Solo angry. He don't like losers, but I'm just saying. He's like clean slate. WrestleMania didn't happen. Everything is brand new. My losses don't count. But again, a story that's gonna go unfold. We're gonna see what happens.
Hmm.
I did watch Collision. And one thing I'll say that Collision did. They did not say anything about the footage at all.
On Friday,
Yeah, they did not say nothing about it at all.
and the Bucks weren't there, right?
No,
Okay. No FTR, right? Because I know they're
no
involved in the
FTR.
match.
Yeah. Uh,
Weird, weird. I will say weird because commentary didn't say anything. That's weird.
yeah. House of Black versus Andrew, Dante Martin, Andretti, and Seidel because it's always one or the other that is always injured. So
Really, one of them. Oh no,
it's
he's
always
in
one or
the
the
other
other.
brother.
Yeah. So he was out.
You
Solid
know,
match. House of Black win.
at some point, right? Somebody needs to sit these guys
Yeah.
and just tell them, hey, you guys are really talented, but you're injured like every other month. You
Yeah.
guys want to tone it down
Yeah.
so
Yep.
you
Yep.
can make it to what 30?
Yeah. Because they
Jesus.
probably have several knee surgeries between the two.
Hmm. My thing is just like, man, all these people are just they 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 lose the momentum. You can't get invested.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Lee Moriarty versus Sabata. Solid match, but you know who wins.
Unfortunate. I mean, but then again, like I was saying before, you can't just have Shibata losing all the time. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
that's true. Daniel Garcia versus Angelico. You know who wins in that one.
Wait. Who versus Angelico?
Angelico versus Garcia. Daniel Garcia.
Yeah. There was a time where Angelico could have won that match.
Like early AEW,
early AEW. Yes.
like beginning.
Yes. When he was one of the new toys.
Yep.
Yes.
Tony Storm versus AZM. That was a solid
Really?
match.
Really?
Yes,
Really?
I will say that's
That was
really
on
worth
Rampage?
watching the show. Yep. No, no, in Collision.
Oh, I need to watch that.
That was
Yeah.
actually a really good match.
Do you know how old ACM is?
No.
For I will just point out for as much uh praise as she gets, right? And there's so many people who's like, oh, ACM is good. ACM, she's only 21. And I'm like, bruh, I think I've been hearing about her name for like at least 4 years. So that means she has been good for way too long and is mad young. That's
Yep.
crazy.
Yep. Good match though. Very good match. Storm wins. Then you had Thunder Rosa have a promo. I I understand where she comes with her promos, and I understand where she's trying to get to, but sometimes she over explains her promo, and I feel like that's what catches her. Instead of going with what she really wants to say, she tries to make more of something, and she needs to chill out with that. Cause you had me in the beginning of your promo, and then you start going into a whole nother story, and then just go straight to the point, yo. Just go straight to the point. But other than that, it was solid. I like the fact that she has that heat back into her, and she's back in the rotation of things. Because again, women's division, they have the talent, they just don't fucking use it. And we also had Battle of the Belts last night too. That Athena was on Battle of the Belts. She beat the shit out of Red Velvet. I was happy to see
Oh, really? Okay.
it. But yeah. But Storm defeats AZM. That was actually a really good match. Definitely check that one out. Blackpool Combat Club versus Don Callis' family. That was a solid tag team too. Blackpool Combat Club wins, and it pretty much Daniel Bryan has another promo against Will Ospreay going into their pay per view. Then you had AEW Battle of the Belts, another fucking thing that we had to watch, and I just let it play because it just showed right after Collision. Um, yeah, Shane Taylor versus Hook. It was okay match. Hook wins. You had Roger Strong versus Rocky Romero. It was alright, but Strong wins. Athena versus Red Velvet, the main event, and Athena wins. That was actually a really solid match, and Athena whooped that ass.
Mm. Okay.
One thing I will say with Red Velvet's promo is that she talked about she's used to the main event spot and all that stuff, and I'm like, but
Wait,
you
who said that?
lose, Red Velvet.
Oh.
So she's saying that I'm used to the main event spot. I'm watching me do what I do and things like that. But I was like, but you do is lose. You don't sell me anything. But anyway, good match though, and happy to see Athena actually being used besides ROH.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that is it for the week of wrestling. Collision and Battle of the Belts, I'll give a solid B minus. I think the Athena match and Velvet is good, and then the Tony Storm and AZM was really good as well. So those two are very worth watching. The final tag match was actually pretty good too. So there you go. All right, we go to the podcast we listen to, and shout outs to Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. They had a huge figure revealed on the last cast that um, Ringside Collectibles and a bunch of people during WrestleMania week they were showcasing so much stuff that hurt my pocket every single time I looked at it. And I actually got the Finn Balor with the spiky mask,
You said Spanky?
the spiky mask that he
Uh,
came out
uh,
with, the black
okay.
mask he came out with. I found it on the Target near me for on clearance. I grabbed it. So I got at least one. I got two Judgment Day members. I got Rhea and I got Balor. I need the priest. I need I need the Dom. I don't know which Dom I want though,
Mm-hmm.
but I want the Dom. But there you go. I listened to who else I listened to? I didn't like during vacation. I really didn't listen to any podcasts, so I was just like catching up with everything else, playing games more than anything. But I think Chris Van Vliet had a couple people on this show because WrestleMania week he was over there. So let me see what he had. He had Dustin Rhodes. Oh, that was his last cast. So Dustin Rhodes was his last cast last week. So he probably has a bunch of stuff coming out this week. Um, so yeah, I really didn't listen to anything else during the cast during that week. So you listened to anything?
Just to not Sam. That's about it.
Okay. I saw his show the bump with was it a bump? No, it was something else.
Yeah, he
Rhea
had a
Ripley.
bunch of shows,
Yeah, yeah.
so I
He
don't
was
know.
there.
Take your pick.
Yeah. I saw the one with Rhea Ripley. I think our Truth was supposed to be there, and it was Rhea Ripley that lined up taking his place.
Okay.
It was a favorite to our Truth, so I'm like, huh. I did see that. I did see again the CM Punk promo, the interview. That dude was having a bunch of interviews with WrestleMania people too. Damian Priest was on something I can't remember, but he talked about his title win and things like that. I'm actually very happy for him and not having that title, which is our picture of the podcast too. But that's it. So you probably get a bunch of stuff this week, so you'll see. And now, last and not least, we have the wrestling retrospect, and it is your pick. So who do you got?
You know what? Let's go to some of the women this week. I'm gonna pick. Hmm. All right, all right. This might be hard to find because I don't know if we'll find our matches at. But I did we not pick the girl who kicks people in the head?
What's her name?
Her name is Miyu, and I think it's Yamashita or something like that.
I'll tell you right now. We picked. Um, I know we picked Miyu Amashita. We did pick.
We
She was
did pick
number
her, right?
50. Yeah, she was number
All
50.
right, all right, all right, all right, all right. You know what? Screw it. We just talked about it. Let's pick AZM.
AZM? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
AZM will be this week's. Alright, we wrap this up. This is the Wrestling Babble. Thank you for listening. Follow all our social medias. I am on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Twitch, and TikTok, all Mark with the mic. Also follow Wrestling Link.
Yes, sir. Make sure you follow us anywhere and everywhere. Recyclonic. That is Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram. That is YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, and we got a WordPress. So check it out.
We do got a price of the Power Town TNA figures, and you saying that they might be pricey? Yep, they are. They are $50 each, and then
That's what I figured.
189 for all four. That's actually not
That's
bad.
what I figured. So I might just get one of them. One, maybe. I mean, you can't wait. That's the difference.
Yeah.
What sale? So you gotta make your choices.
I might just do the pack then, because it's 189 for all four, and I could probably sell the ones I don't want.
I see. I see.
Cause
I am
I'm
not
not a
that
big
invested.
Eddie Edwards fan. I'm not.
Yeah, I am not that invested, but it's all good.
Yeah. Yeah. That they just released the price of it. So yeah, it's $50 each figure, and then 189 for the full bundle. That's actually that's about $15 off with tax. So there you go. Also, peace out, laters, and always remember follow the Jinkies.